Hey guys, what's going on? It's Avatar Evan here, and today I'm going to be doing a long-awaited update video on the main account here. Haven't done one of these in quite a long time, and I really should be doing them a little bit more often. I mean, for the most part, I'm doing pretty much the same thing over and over again for quite a long time, so it's kind of hard to make regular update videos because there's not a whole lot of stuff going on that has much impact on my account that's worth making a video on. But, every now and then it's good to kind of debrief and talk about what's been going on for a while now. So, the Karamja shop's been removed. That's, kind of recent. That's affected me quite a bit. Mainly because, it really did kind of change my plans a bit. I'm still going about, smithing the same as I was before, but it did kind of shift things around because originally I was planning on making quite a bit of money while smithing because I was going to do Blast Furnace and I was going to be able to AFK the shop on 2 accounts while doing that, and I was going to make, I think I calced out like 3 bill by the time I got 200 mil smithing. So that being removed affected me quite a bit. It wasn't the end of the world, but it was definitely a big game changer. Because I recently calced out how much I would make with Wyverns if I did Wyverns on 1 account and if I did Wyverns on 2 accounts while doing Blast Furnace. And with 1 account, I calced out I would make roughly 225 mil. And on all the way to 200 mil. And if I did Wyverns on 2 accounts, I would make double that. So about a little under 500 mil in total, which sounds like a lot, but it's a huge difference from 3 bill that I was planning on making. So that changed the game plan quite a bit. But I got top page a couple days ago, actually yesterday. But yeah, I got top page yesterday, and it was a weird feeling. I'm not gonna lie. When I first got it, I did agility for probably an hour, just thinking holy shit, I finally got top page. And that's been something I've always kind of fantasized, probably since I was 12 years old, to be honest. I've always thought about getting top page in this game. It's just such an amazing thing to see. You go on the front page of the high scores and you're right there. Your name is there. It's always been this thing I've thought about, oh, this would be so cool, but it was never a realistic thing that I would ever do. But all of a sudden it is real, I actually got it. And I thought I would feel different. I thought I would kind of change my mindset towards really focusing on XP and ranks. And to be honest, I've never really cared about ranks in this game. Just never have. I mean, ranks is what I go for, but it's I've never really cared. It's I didn't really ever check the high scores too much until I started getting close to top page, and then it was alright, how much more XP until top page? And I kept checking that. And now that I'm on top page, I'll probably be checking the high scores quite a bit more, I would assume. But so far, my overall feelings towards top page, it's pretty much just been no big deal. I don't feel any different. I don't know why you would feel any different. You're doing unless you change your plans up because of top page, which I haven't yet. It doesn't really affect me too much. I really don't care too much what my rank is in this game. I pretty much just try to play as much as I can, try to gain as much EHP as I can, try to play as efficiently as I can, and try to enjoy this game as much as I can. That's pretty much just how I play. That's what I do when I wake up every day, is I try to just, check all those boxes pretty much. So, I'm doing smithing right now. At the moment, people have been asking me quite a bit, are you going for 200 mil smithing and stuff? It's hard to give a straight up answer to that. Because I am. I'm going for, in theory, I'm going for 200 mil all. That's the mindset I have, is 200 mil all. Will I get it? You never know. Maybe not. Probably not. But maybe I will. You never know. Anything's possible. So, yes, I am going for 200 mil. I'm not necessarily going straight for that, but that is currently the skill I'm focusing on because I love skill hopping. It's something I'm not afraid to say. I'm not ashamed of skill hopping. I think skill hopping is a very smart strategy in this game. Like I think a lot of people focus way too much on focusing on one skill at a time. And for some people that might help you. Like maybe you really like challenging yourself to do one skill at a time. But for me, I really do enjoy skill hopping whenever I feel like it. I never force myself to do one skill straight. Like for example, thieving. I was when I was doing plunder with a bunch of friends of mine, I was planning on getting about 175 mil. That was the plan. And then I was going to stop at about 175 mil in order to I was going to stop at 175 in order to do phone nights for the remainder of 200 mil. Because at work there is downtime and I can do some Argon nights on my phone at work from time to time, and sometimes at home, like let's say I want to lay in bed and watch TV, I could do nights then. Like there's a whole lot of like possible opportunities where you could be doing nights, and that's something I didn't want to limit myself to not being able to do, so I kind of figured I would leave about 25 million experience just in case I wanted to do that in the future. And I burned out. I stopped thieving I probably stopped around like 85 mil if I had to guess. Like the rest of my XP has been from phone nights. But I probably stopped around about 85 mil thieving XP. And I went to do agility, which I've been doing quite a bit of agility since my last video. I'm almost 105 mil agility XP now. Which agility is something I'm trying to avoid as much as I can. Because there's really no other skill like it, to be honest. Like it's such a relaxing AFK skill that gives really, really easy EHP. It's a little bit under EHP now, but it's still really easy to do, and it's perfect for multitasking. Like if I want to quest to my alt account, I can do that. If I want to quest to my Iron Man, I can do agility. No issues, you know? So trying to save that for when I really, really do need it. But yeah, so smithing is the current plan, and I've been really debating what to do next because my original plan for this summer was completely different to what I'm thinking about doing right now. My original plan was not even to do smithing. I was going to do prayer, construction, fire making, and fletching all back to back, and I just freaking... Yeah, I just went to the conveyor belt with no ore. That's fun. I do that sometimes. Probably a lot more than I should, but oh well. Anyway, yeah, I was planning on doing all those fast skills back to back to back to back to back. And then afterwards, I was probably going to do smithing when I run out of all the really, really fast stuff to do. And then I started smithing because I'm like, ooh, I can make a lot of money while doing smithing and AFKing the shop. And it was actually really fun. Like, blast furnace is really fun. So I was going to do that. I was like, all right, let's do blast furnace. And then after I do blast furnace, I will then go over and do, you know, all those skills I just mentioned back to back. Let's do that instead. So that was the plan. And then shop got removed. And I'm like, oh, shit. You know, I can no longer afford to do all those skills back to back, most likely. And even if I could, my mindset has kind of changed. So here's what I'm thinking now. I'm top page, and I've kind of just said to myself, I don't really give a fuck about overall XP anymore. I mean, I'm still going to do fast stuff because it's just macro efficient long term because they'll get devalued less. And like right now I'm doing blast furnace just because I love doing it. It's really fun. Like it could be 50k an hour. I would still be doing this probably. So that's that. But I've been thinking about gatherers lately because Ray discovered a new method recently called 2-tick iron with the mining guild release. And you basically just shoot yourself with darts on your alt and you 2-tick mine really fast. You can look up a video probably and you'll find one, or you can just look on OSRS Ray's Twitter to see a clip of him doing it. And I tried that out for a couple hours, and It was pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it really wasn't that bad. Like, compared to 4 Granite, it wasn't bad at all. And just doing that for a couple hours really made me think, like, what am I gonna do for the Gatherers? Because long term, like, here's my logic. If I do all the fast stuff right now, I'm gonna burn out when I get to the gatherings, because that just sounds depressing. You've done all the fastest XP you can do in the game, and then you can only do slow skills that require a shitload of clicking. Like, that's all you have left for 200 mil all, and that just sounds not fun. So I've been thinking about that as well. Like, I should probably pepper in a little bit of gathering XP. You know, it's about time. So I'm thinking about that. Like, one of the possible things I could do is 2-tick woodcutting. I've never tried it, but I was 2-tick mining, and that's very, very similar to 2-tick woodcut. Except 2-tick woodcut is a bit more, it's a bit easier, I would assume, just because with 2-tick iron, you have to click in 3 different spots for the iron rocks. With woodcut, you just pretty much click on the same tree over and over again until that falls. Then you click on the other tree over and over again until that falls. So, I mean, it doesn't seem that bad, and I think it is something I could do in the future. So I would like to give that a try at some point. I'm not sure when, but at some point I would like to give it a try. And then if I do give it a try, I would really like to, work up the balls to just do it, do the skill. Like, I don't have to do it straight, but just put in some effort, do a bit every day, do a bit every week, or even just do it for a couple weeks straight, take a break, then do it for another couple weeks, or something like that. I need to get some kind of, pattern going where I start doing gatherers. That's, like, I've pretty much played my account post-max in, one of the most efficient routes you could have done, in my opinion. Like, I did the shop when it was OP as hell. I've done all the fast skills that don't get devalued. I've done stuff really, really efficiently. And I'm at the point where, doing stuff like construction and prayer, won't really, like, it doesn't need to be done now. Like, I could wait to do them, I don't really care about getting all these crazy ranks. Because in reality, if I wanted to, I could do construction and prayer and fletching and firemaking right now. And then after that, do smithing. And then after that, I could do slayer and then do smithing. And then, like, I'm looking at a top 10 rank at that point. But, like, it's just not something I really think would help me long term, because if I did do that and I got a really cool rank, yeah, it'd be cool. But I would lose that rank over time because I don't want to do the gatherings all in one go. So I've been thinking about that lately, and it's something I really got to consider, because I really do want to play this game in the mindset of long term. I don't want to end up burning out because I realize that, I've done all the stuff I enjoy, let's quit. I do want to, play with a long-term mindset towards this game. So I've been thinking about that lately. But stuff like prayer, I didn't enjoy prayer at all, to be honest with you. I really hated it. I wouldn't really say the method I hated. Like, you guys probably saw the video of me posting, running with alts and stuff. I haven't really tried solo prayer. I might give it a try. Maybe I'll enjoy that. But the one thing I really liked about running on my alts is that since I hated prayer to begin with, running bones on my alts allowed me to AFK quite a bit and get, efficient rates. Like, I was able to get halfway decent rates while AFKing quite a few inventories, just because it speeds up your banking so much. So, and then construction sounds like a lot of fun, to be honest, but lately I've been in a bit of a predicament as to what I'm going to do. Like, I've actually considered doing, I was originally thinking I'm going to do teak to 200 mil, teak wardrobes. And then after that, I was actually thinking, what if I did oaks, oak dungeon doors to 200 mil. And then I'm thinking, well, like, mahogany is so expensive. And then there's also, I've been thinking about the new wyverns that are coming out with Fossil Island. What if they drop mahogany planks and construction gets really cheaper? So I haven't touched construction primarily for that reason. Because, to be honest, I hate prayer and I would much rather do construction. But the reason I did prayer is just because I really did think construction could get a lot cheaper. And then there's also the fact that lately prayer's been getting a lot cheaper. It's down to like 10 point something GPXP, and not when I did it, it was like 12, which I didn't do it that long ago. So I don't know, man. There's a whole lot of stuff to think about with this game, and that's one of the things I love. Is like I kind of look at 200 mil LOL as like it's a you have to strategize to get there. You know, like there's so many factors to take into place. You know, there's the mindset where it's like you just want to enjoy the game, because if you don't enjoy the game, you're gonna quit, and if you quit, you're not getting any XP. So you have to take that into account. Then you also have to take into account being efficient with the skills you do, but not too efficient, because again, you might not enjoy it and burn out. And then you got to think about, you know, doing skills in the right sense that you know, they don't get devalued, and also doing skills that, you know, will hopefully not get a lot cheaper in the future, and you know, stuff like that. You know, so there's a lot of stuff to think about with this game, which is something I've always loved. You know, kind of strategizing, like what's the best way to play this game in terms of, you know, going for a top rank in the future, not now. You know, not worrying about these great ranks right now, but you know, a couple years down the road, you'll have those great ranks, and like, how are you going to get them? You know, it's something, it's kind of fun to think about, and it's kind of fun to strategize. And that's one of the reasons, like, in the past, I've always talked about how I like Iron Man, or Iron Man mode in general, just because Iron Man mode is, like, the epitome of, like, strategizing. Like, you have to do your skills in a certain order, so you can gather materials to do one skill, to do with the other. And, you know, all this stuff, it's kind of the same mindset, except, like, more of a short term, I guess, because you're just going for max, I guess. You know, and with 200 mil all, it's really just a really long-term mindset. And, yeah. So, yeah, long ramble video here, guys. I hope you don't mind. I mean, most people that watch my videos, I ramble in every video I make. And it seems like people just like the longer videos, because the longer the video it is, the longer you get to listen to me ramble about bullshit, and it just takes up more of your time, pretty much. So, I'm sure you guys won't mind. I still probably have some talking points to go on here. Slayer. Slayer is something, it's kind of hard for me to decide what I want to do, because lately I have been thinking about doing smithing straight and then transitioning into Slayer afterwards. And Slayer, I've always said, it's going to be way in the future. I'm not doing Slayer for a very long time because it will get devalued. But lately I've kind of had that mindset where I'm going for total XP. Where I want to get total XP, and doing Slayer is like 500k total XP an hour, you know? So it's like, it's kind of hard to pass that up, and it's pretty cheap as well. You know, it's like 3 GP XP for like 500k total XP an hour. And you're not, and that's not, like, you're only spending, it's 3 GP XP for Slayer, so you're going to be spending under 300k an hour. That's nothing, you know? Like, I could play a Wyvern ult on the side and make more than that. So, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff to think about. But then again, you know, Slayer, it will get devalued more. It's been devalued a lot, and I think it is fair to say that, like, there is, like, most of the devaluation from Slayer has already been done. But I think there are a lot of stuff that can devalue it more. And stuff like that, I think Zeah Diaries is a huge one. When they finish the Zeah continent, when they finish all the phases of Zeah, they are going to come out with a diary. They've pretty much said the only reason they haven't done it yet is because Zeah isn't finished. So they will come out with a Zeah diary, and I think it's pretty much impossible for none of the diary rewards to include stuff with the catacombs, because the catacombs is one of the most, you know, attractive features of Zeah. So they're going to have a lot of benefits that go in the catacombs, and what's in the catacombs? Slayer. So I think there's a lot of potential for a lot of devaluation. I wouldn't really say a lot, but I mean, like, a lot of little things adding up to a lot is what I basically think. And when I think of that, I think of stuff like they did with the Neve Cave, or not Neve Cave, the Slayer Tower. Or actually, I think there was a Neve Cave one as well. What's the name? I don't know. But I remember, I think might have been Slayer Tower or Neve's Cave, but one of them gave like a 5% XP boost when you killed them in a certain location. I think it was Neve's Cave. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I remember there was a diary that did that. And then, like, there could be stuff like that. Like, imagine You do the Elite Diary. Imagine getting 5% more XP on every single monster in the Catacombs or something retarded like that. Like, I don't know if that will happen to that extent, but there's a whole bunch of possibilities that you could list out, you know. And then you have any type of PVM update that could affect it, such as the Twisted Armor they're talking about, the new Best in Slot Ranged Armor. That could make chinning a bit more viable, because I heard it's efficient to chin Dust Devils. And, you know, that would just make that a bit faster, and maybe that would push chinning to be viable for more tasks. Who knows? And then any kind of, you know, better melee weapon that would make melee tasks faster. Any type of better magic gear or stats or boosts or anything could make magic faster. You know, anything could make, like, the new Best in Slot Magic Cape that they're talking about. That will make that faster. There'll probably be a new Best in Slot Ranged Cape that'll make that faster. Like, it's not a huge difference for each of these things, but when you take all of them and combine them, it, you know, results in probably an extra maybe 5k XP an hour towards Slayer. And even that adds up to time. And, you know, time is something you have to really, you know, think about, like, what's the best way to go for your long-term goal, and is wasting time the best way to go about it? Or maybe it is, you know. Anyway, what else we got here? What else? Farming, I've slowed down a lot because the prices have been crazy. I used to do 2 to 3 farm runs a day, usually 2. Lately, I've been doing 1, probably even less than a 1 on average, because I might skip a day every now and then. And that's literally just solely because it's so expensive and money isn't as easy as it was before. If I was shopping still, I would be doing 2 farm runs a day and not giving a fuck. But it's not, so that's that. Also, I have done a ton of fletching. I'll be finishing that up. I've also considered maybe finishing up all 2 ticking teaks. I don't know, guys. A lot of stuff to talk about in this video. A lot of stuff has been talked about. There's probably stuff I still could talk about, but my voice is dwindling here. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this 22-minute plus rambling video. If you did, make sure to give it a like, post a comment below what you think, and what kind of videos you'd like to see from me in the future. I have an Iron Man video I'll be making at some point. I mean, right now I've just been AFK fishing on the iron, to be honest. I haven't done a whole lot of variety, so. But I will make one probably definitely within the next month. I would expect an Iron Man video. You know, probably, like, there's a couple stuff I want to do, like, with videos. Like, one thing I was thinking about doing is, like, a tutorial on how to do, like, phone nights in phone redwoods and all this other stuff. Like, there's a whole bunch of ideas I have. I just have to put them together and actually do them. But anyway, let's end this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later.